Vibes Radio is fostering women-centered discourse.
Good morning, Dominica. Good morning, the rest of the world.
Offering women a platform to be candid.
All of your life, you've been planning for a pandemic.
Share ideas and information relevant to our wholesome development.
My main concern was always for the people.
Join Jael Joseph and Trudy Christian on Woman2Woman every Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we discuss live and in living color on Digicel Channel 57, Facebook, and of course, the champion station, Vibes Radio.
Of the world.
Offering women a platform to be candid.
All of your life, you've been planning for a pandemic.
Share ideas and information relevant to our wholesome development.
My main concern was always for the people.
Join Jael Joseph and Trudy Christian on Woman2Woman every Monday.
I'm good. What's up? What's
Good.
up?
We were having some technical difficulties and we got it
Yes,
sorted. All right. How are you this morning?
I'm good. So good morning to our listeners. I know some of you all were anxiously waiting and thinking we had abandoned you all this morning, but we were just working for some glitches and we are here Monday morning, bright as usual, ready for Woman to Woman. So good morning to you guys, our listeners on Vibes Radio, our listeners on our social media platforms, and our listeners on Digicel, Channel 57, and those in Montserrat as well. Good morning to you guys.
Yes. It's Monday. We have a packed show. We have
Yes.
a packed show. I actually woke
Yeah.
up, so I'm I'm like half asleep still. Like I really flew off the bed and was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late. It's good to be here. Hope everyone had a good weekend. And
Right.
actually, I have so much stuff to talk about, but we're running late, so we have to like get the show on the road.
Yes. And we have
Teachers,
several guests in the house. Yeah, we have several guests in the house. So yeah, so we definitely, this morning was not the morning for us to be having those glitches. But Mondays always messed up. I just don't know. Yeah.
let's try and motivate each other this morning. If you guys are just logging on, remember to share the live. We had quite a few people on before all the glitches, and then people started dropping because they're like, "Oh, Jade not coming, man."
Right,
People actually
right.
asking me, "Are you guys coming on? Like, what's going on?" Sorry, guys. Sorry about the late start. That's life. Sometimes glitches happen and there's interruptions in the service, and we have to think of another route or another way to get through to you, to transfer to you. But today we have folks from the grade 6 national assessment. So we have teachers and one of the top students and their mom
Yes.
with us.
So we have the full shebang this morning. Teachers, students, parents. So it's gonna be a great discussion.
Yes, we getting straight into it. We're gonna get straight. We're not even gonna like give you guys like a breather. We're we're gonna get straight into
Mm.
it. It is already 9:15, and if we prolong this any longer, we will not be able to get to interact with them as much as we would like to. So we're gonna be connecting with the teachers of St. Luke's Primary. And
Right.
St. Luke's Primary topped the grade 6 national assessment. They placed second, was it second?
Yes, they had the second top performer at the Grade 6 National Assessment. And of course, as a school, that's a very proud moment. So we have two of the Grade 6 teachers with us this morning. We have Miss Hilaire and Miss Louis, who will be talking to us all about the secrets behind the accomplishments of the of their top students at the Grade 6 National Assessment.
And they're joining us right now, Trudy. They're here with us.
Good
Hi,
morning.
guys.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
How
How
are
are
you?
you guys doing?
Not too bad. We're doing fine.
Okay. Good to have
I said it. We said the regular hi. I have to go. Hi, Mr. Leonard. Hi.
Hi, Jael.
How are you guys?
Jael.
I'm in my old school, right? my babies, right? I've been so good with you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for you guys. Okay, let me just give you a backstory. My son went to um, my son is at a different school now, but he started at St. Luke's Primary. That was where he started. And Miss Louis was his teacher. And Miss Stella was also another teacher. But I friended all the teachers in the school. Like I would get and talk to them, and we would hang out. And like after we waited for school to start and stuff. So for Michelle was like my second home. Always spending extra time at St. Luke's Primary, and I took on some initiatives there, helped with the school feeding program and a bunch of different things. So I'm so glad that they top this and they did so well. But the teachers, I know them, so I know. Miss Pearlie actually, she and I went to school together, so we went to high school together. So I know Miss Pearlie even further than that. So good to have you guys.
So I can tell you, Jael says she friended all the teachers. So I don't even want to find out. I don't even want to find out the kind of trouble Jael was giving to you guys. But it's really good to have you all on. And I want you all to start off by telling our audience a bit about what you teach and what is your role at the St. Luke's Primary. So how do we do this, Jael? Celia before Pierre Louis?
Okay, good morning, everybody. I am Miss Rena Celia. I'm the teacher of grade 6. It's my first year, was my first year in grade 6, along with Miss Pierre, and I teach mathematics and science.
Okay.
And I am Colleen Pierre, language and social science teacher, first year teaching grade 6 as well.
Oh, so what of y'all, that's your first grade?
That is like achievement, eh?
Right.
Wow. That's a good piece of information.
Trudy, that sounds like in your face. Or if you can do it. That is amazing.
So, guys, ladies, it was a very interesting school year. Of course, COVID-19 happened. We went under restriction, and the whole face of education and how you teach had to change. So, and even in that type of difficulty, you still persevered and you still, managed to get the results you did. So tell us about COVID-19 for you guys, and how did it affect your ability to teach that grade 6 class? What was it like?
It was very challenging indeed for both the teachers and the students, also for the parents as well. So it was very troublesome because they had to be using different devices, and the students had to use parents' devices because we didn't have any. And so it was very challenging for us from at the beginning.
So the whole online thing kind of shook you guys up. But I'm kind of more interested now in knowing like what was the process like, because it's the first time for both of you. Obviously, the first time you just admitted to that. What was the process like for both of you? Because in as much as COVID was like March to May or June thereabouts, you also had September till February, right? What was the process like preparing the students moving forward before the entire everything shut down?
Well, what we have extra classes with them from 8 to 1. They would have 15 minutes break, and from 1:15 we'd have them listen to the DBS news, and then we resume extra classes from 1:30 to 4 o'clock. So we prepare them in different ways. So we'd have them, and in one of the things what we also do during the after school classroom, we would have them show them how to prepare for the exam, show them how to do deductive reasoning. So not just to the paper and answer A, but why your answer is A, why not B? So they would have to find a reason as to why they choose or did not choose the selected question.
I'm so intrigued by the 115 DBS news strategy. I want to find out about that. How did that come about, and was it helpful to have them into current events and listening to the news like that every day?
Well, social science, it requires things that are happening in the news or things that are happening now in the world. So it is not part of the curriculum. So you have to find ways to get them to learn what is happening now, because like I said, for social science, they put in anything. So you have to prepare the children. So there, we know that they will not have the time at home to listen to the news. because from the 7 o'clock they'll be preparing to come to school and so forth. So that was a strategy we used to get them in tune on what is happening now.
Whose idea was that?
It was my idea. So they would also put notes what they heard, and then we would question them so that they would have an understanding of what took place.
When I told Jovian that you guys were coming on this morning, he said to me, so Giovanni going back there in September. he's like, you know that Giovanni loved that school, and but besides setting them up with those tools, because I feel like that was so important in ensuring. Did you guys have any challenges throughout besides COVID? So we're not talking about COVID. So besides COVID, were there any challenges? This is a new thing for both of you. Or were there any challenges, and how did you overcome these challenges? See before.
Well, there were not any challenges before COVID. We were running through the program as usual and getting the children on board and everything, but COVID was the biggest challenge that we had.
How about for you, Shirley?
The challenges? Well, we worked well as a team. So we identify the children's needs as they go through, and we help them one-on-one. So sometimes after school, even after the lesson, those who really need the extra help, whether it's for homework or whatever, we stay back and assist them in that way. So whatever challenges we had, we find out ways to deal with it.
And let me just ask, because I've been very inquisitive this morning. At the St. Luke's Primary, is there one grade 6 class, or is there another grade 6 class? Is it only one?
There's only one.
What was your
and what was your
sorry, there's a breakup.
Class size? I was asking what was the class size? Okay.
18 students.
Okay.
So there were the 4 main subjects. So she taught science and math. I taught this language, arts, and social science.
Okay.
Right. What was your rate like class? Besides your two, like how did the students do in terms of the results?
There's a breakup. No.
The results in terms of the results. What were your results like for the entire class?
Oh, we got 3 scholarships and 1 bursary.
Okay.
And all the others passed. So we did extremely well compared to the previous year. So we are proud of that.
Yeah, that's really, really, really good. I haven't had another.
Yes, that's.
Go ahead, Trudy.
No, I was telling them that's commendable. Coming from their school, and I wanted to know if they expected the results, particularly for the student that came out or who placed second in the island, that's Serena Harris, who's also having studio coming up next. Were you expecting that? Were you expecting those results?
Yes, we were expecting.
Saying yes. Okay.
We're fighting for the first position. Second.
Now I want to play devil's advocate here. Do you feel like there's too much pressure placed on these kids for the grade 6? What are your, as teachers, do you feel like, do you think or do you disagree that there might be too much pressure placed on these kids in terms of doing an exam to get a bursary or scholarship or a path? Or you could probably even answer differently. As teachers, do you feel extra pressure to have to put out more in order to top at the national assessment exams? I gave it to you in 2 different ways, so whichever way you want.
Okay, to pass the common entrance, actually preparation should start from grade K. And for real, sitting the exam should be from grade 3. So once you do that, you have less pressure in grade 6. However, for the teacher, you have a curriculum to follow, which requires a whole year. But for the common entrance, you don't have that entire year. So you have to put in extra work so that they can complete that curriculum. So that would be the little pressure that would come in, that you need to complete what they need to do for the thing within a short space of time.
And also to add, if the students then take grade 3 to grade 5 or K to grade 2 seriously, that's where the pressure will be on the students.
So it's about
to get.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like if there wasn't that previous, focus, then all the stress would be in grade 6. Right.
No,
Right.
you said you expected that student to talk. Why?
Well, she is an avid reader. She takes her work seriously. She's always on top of things. Even if you miss something, she's already there. So her attentiveness, or she really has it going on for her. She takes her work seriously, that is one of the things. And again, she has been consistent from grade K all the way to grade 6.
Consistency.
We want to
Right.
say again.
Yes.
Thank
I was
you.
going to tell you, as you said the word consistency, so like what they say in pageants, consistency. Strong, right? So the same thing for for academics.
Exactly.
Consistency. So there's been a lot of discussion, ladies. I don't know if you heard it, but about the discrepancy between the achievement or the performance of boys and girls. So there's been a lot of discussion about, once again, you see a lot of the top performers. I believe 4 out of the 5 were girls, and one boy. So in your experience teaching, what is the difference, or what do you see happening with the boys versus girls in terms of how they are performing? And is there anything that you do differently to try to bring the boys to pass in your experience?
Well, some of the boys there, because we have some boys that are very on top as well, but they're just laid back. And sometimes you have to use topics and so on to interest them. Because if you don't use things that are interesting to them, they just lay back. So you see the girls are really more forward than the boys. Although not all, but most.
Yeah.
Well, for us, we have 2 boys and 2 girls talking. So we try to balance it. But again, the performance of boys stems at home. Because most times you will see the boys, right now, most of the boys, if you look at what they are doing, they will be playing roadblocks. While the girls will be doing.
Oh, I think my son's own. It's gone. It's
Exactly.
gone forever. It's not coming back. Because my son's own is gone. Like we took that decision last week that it was gonna, because he was spending too much time on it. It wasn't even that it was affecting him necessarily, but just spending too much time. And I have to agree with you guys on that. The boys, they're obsessed with all these games, and yet there is,
But then again, it comes from home. So it's what you introduce your child to. So mostly you'll give the girls the books. You will tell them go to study. But the boys, you let them go. They are on the road playing. They are everywhere. So if you instill the importance of education, both in the boys and the girls, then the boys will know, hey, let me take education seriously. And the boys are more interested in the sports, in the things. That's where they will excel. Because again, we have this self-fulfilling prophecy taking place here. It's what we allow them to do. That's what they do in the future. So we pave the way. So if we allow them to know that education goes for both boys and girls, then we're going to have boys doing what as well as girls.
So you pretty much saying the parents' fault. In a nutshell, your boys don't do good, it's your fault. It's
I just to follow up from that at St. Luke's, because it's something that well, you guys maybe don't know, but I have been a teacher for all my life, basically. And a lot of my colleagues are female. A lot of my teacher colleagues are females. Not many males in the classroom. Is that the same thing at the St. Luke's Primary?
Yes,
You
yes.
know,
Only one
Only have
way.
one meal.
only one meal. So sometimes too, I feel it's like, in terms of um, representation, the fact that the boys don't even have many male, teachers to even try to emulate or look up to. I sometimes think that that is also, we see that issue in education. Like it's a lot of our educators are females, female principals, female, and the boys don't get that. They don't get that relatability in the classroom as well. That's what I've observed. So I just wanted to know at the St. Luke's Primary if the ratio was different, but it seems to be pretty the same. Pretty much the same.
We have some reactions here from some of the people following the Woman2Woman page, and someone is saying school has been doing well. Parents have been transferring their children to that school. That's one person that said that. Trust me, I know, I understand. Good. Somebody saying good morning. They're enjoying the show. And congratulations to St. Luke's Primary. So we're getting some positive feedback from the Woman2Woman page. On the page right there, we have one person saying we had a lot more male teachers when I went to St. Luke's. Bless their hearts. Is also saying, but of course, the children must be prepared from earlier grades. Consistency is key. No study, no push. Well, the results will show. So that's what somebody is saying, and people are generally congratulating the two of you on your first time around. I feel that's like a ego booster. With them, we're gonna say, okay, we're going to have topic plus. Let's give it up an ego booster. And congratulations to you all.
Thank you.
Yes, Jill, I think we should end by asking them, what advice would you guys give, would you ladies give to other grade 6 teachers out there who may be listening to you, who may be, very impressed by what you've been able to achieve? What advice would you give to them as we, of course, are going to have another grade 6 national assessment in less than 12 months? So, what advice would you give to your colleagues out there who may be listening to you right now?
Well, first off, work hard, extremely, extremely hard with the students and with their parents as well. Because without the parents, we wouldn't have gotten this far. So working hard and being on the train, pushing them to excel. That's one of our main goals.
Unlike the students, consistency, teachers need to be consistent. And if teachers are not consistent, then you're going to have dwindling grades and stuff. And you have to have your goals, set your goals, set your priorities, set what you want. And once you have a class who is ready to reach that goal that you set for them, then you can do well. Also, what we do, we test the children now and then, and we take the results and we work with the students based on the results that we get. So we keep at it all the time. So we don't just teach for the assessment, but we teach also to help the students. And we don't only do academics only, but we ensure that we ensure the holistic development of every child so that they are well grounded spiritually, emotionally. Because if they are not there with you emotionally, then you're going to have a problem with the academics as well.
That is
That's
so true.
some good juice. Some good
Yeah.
juice in the morning time. Yes, thank you very much, guys. And all the best to you guys. And enjoy your summer. Eh? Try and take a break. I know you're grade 6 national assessment and watching the students that's coming up and saying, who we gonna have a good summer, guys, and thanks for joining us here.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
Right.
All right,
Yes,
that's
Jill.
good. You know that, eh? I just need to. I know that's my old school. That's my old school. Yes, I love those teachers, man. They were so they were one of those, like I remember, like Miss Shirley, like and I want to say this like up here because I don't think she's looking for praise. I know she's not that type of person because I know her from my high school days. But she takes such. I mean, she taught my son when he was in grade 1, and she took such or grade K, that's grade 2, such good care, and she was strong. But with this, and this is affecting your strengths, and she always like, and very, very takes a lot of care and attention for students. That was one of the things that I really observed. And it wasn't just because it was my son or she knew me. I witnessed her doing the same with other students in the class. I feel proud, knowing her, and it's like she's winning, she's winning, and I really want to congratulate her and all the other teachers, who students excelled during this time. And as much as I feel I have my views on it, I feel it's too much pressure for people, to be quite honest. But it is there and people love it. Some people look forward to it, right?
Yes, definitely. So somebody's asking us, where is the school? St. Luke's Primary is in Point Michelle. So we didn't say that. So for the listeners who do not know, yes, St. Luke's Point Michelle, La Pointe Massive. That's where the school. That's where the school is. And another listener is asking if it's a replacement to Common Entrance. The name Grade 6 National Assessment is the rebranded, name for what used to be called the Common Entrance exam. So we have ready, Jael, our next two guests. Of course, one of the top performers in the Grade 6 National Assessment, Serena Harris. Well, she'll tell me if I'm pronouncing her name well. And her mom, they are with us in the house and they are ready to go. So Jael, let's talk to them.
Hi guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you all doing?
Fine,
Yeah,
thank
good,
you.
thanks.
They answer together. They got Steve's mother and daughter.
First of all, let's just, we ask, when we ask questions, we want your answers based on alphabetical order of your name, right? So your first name. So whoever is C. But we'll go first, and then you can answer, or we'll direct it specifically to each of you. But congrats.
Well, I'll go first because my name will come before us alphabetically.
Question for you, Mom, and we have specific questions for our top performer here. One of our top performers at the Grade 6 National Assessment. So you'll know who we're talking to. Don't worry, you'll know. I want to make sure I am pronouncing the name correctly. So can you tell us your name, Miss Harris? Young Miss Harris.
Okay, my name is Catherine Samuel Harris.
And
Yes.
What? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the mom, as I guess most people would know, of Serena Harris. And my profession is Serena. So think of Reina, Queen.
Okay. That's what I wanted to get. I wanted Serena. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Serena, let us bring you in. We see you very quiet there in the corner. Tell us how you feel about your section. You're excited. Okay, were you surprised?
No, miss.
Why were you not surprised?
Because I always used to be first in my class, and I always used to do my work very well.
Girlfriend know her husband. She's like, I was doing my work very well. Okay.
Yeah, that's well.
Yes. Serena, did you have any challenges during your exams?
Not really.
A little one on your hand, eh? Let me tell you.
Wow, Jael in your face. You hear that?
Sorry. For a second, but we're back. We're back.
Okay.
Where we last left off, she was telling us that she was a breeze because she's an independent person.
Yes. Yeah, when she hit us with that, I think that just cut us off for a little bit. Because so many people were complaining about having to do everything online, and she told us, for her it was a breeze. So that was that cut off the.
For mommy, a lot of it had to, the last couple of months, a lot of the work had to be done by the moms or by the parents. When I say a lot of the work, the encouragement, making sure that they log on, making sure that they do their homework on time, making sure, I had my difficulties with that. What was your experience like the last couple of months leading up to the exam?
Well, initially when it started, as a result of COVID-19, it was a bit challenging for me because Google Classroom is a new platform that we're learning. We were not introduced to it prior to COVID-19. So basically, we were thrust into it, and it took a lot of effort to learn about it. Incidentally, I'm also a teacher, a grade 6 teacher as well. So for me, it was double. I had almost like double the amount of work to do because I had to basically learn on my own with the help of some colleagues as well, how to organize a Google Classroom. So but by the time we got it organized and we got it going, nothing was difficult. The challenges were somewhat reduced drastically. So for her, I think the problem arose because the only difficult challenge we had, being a teacher, I had to be able to online as well as supervise her. So that for me made it a bit challenging. And she would do, I mean, like she said, she's right, she's very independent when it comes to it. Actually, generally, she would shrug me aside when I'm offering my help. And she would say to me, I can find it. So, she would get up in the morning, and the first thing she would do, even before having breakfast, is put on the computer. Well, let me see if Miss Post is missing. I mean, she has not had breakfast or anything. I said, but take it easy and relax a bit. Have your breakfast. But no, that's what she wanted to see if her teacher had already posted for them. Now, the challenge was having my work to complete online and as well as uploading out. So a lot of times I actually went up late and she'll be really, really not amused with me, actually. And I'd have to call on her teacher and say, hey, she did her work. I don't have not uploaded it yet because I like to see what she has done prior to submitting her work, even though most sponsors say, I know what to do, I have done my stuff. But as the mother in me, I really like to see what it is that she had prepared prior to presenting it to the teacher.
Okay. It's so interesting that you are a teacher yourself. And so, I mean, your experience is, somewhat different from maybe other parents having to do your own grade 6 and plus having a student in grade 6 preparing for this exam. So that is what you have to do is what you call multitasking to the 100th degree.
Do you have a question for us on Woman to Woman? Send in your questions on 767-245-0514 or email us at w2w.vibesradio@gmail.com. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to the Champion Station with Jael Joseph and Trudy Christian, only on Vibes Radio. Do you have a question for us on Woman to Woman? Send in your questions on 767-245-0514 or email us at w2w.vibesradio@gmail.com. Tune in Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to the Champion Station with Jael Joseph and Trudy Christian, only on Vibes Radio. Do you have a question for us on Woman to Woman? Send in your questions on 767-245-0514 or email us at w2w.vibesradio@gmail.com. Tune in Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to the Champion Station with Jael Joseph and Trudy Christian, only on Vibes Radio.
Didn't you know the only place to go, Vibes Radio? Say so.
LA Jupiter is giving you 10 days of summer. From July 21st to the 31st, get discounts on selected items each day. In the fabric store, get 20% off swimsuit fabric, sheeting, upholstery, drapery, work fabric, mats, ready-made curtains, sheet sets, mattress,